We started off with a very small collection. We had a few snakes, we had a few lizards, and I think it took us probably at that time a couple of years before we managed to get a couple of crocodiles. Stephen would have gone crocodile catching with us extremely early in the piece, actually, when we were catching freshwater crocodiles. This would have been in the early 70s, and the same thing applied, that it was, although he was only a fairly young lad, it was extremely difficult to keep him in the boat so that you could keep your eye on him, because if we happened to see a croc, he would want to be the first one out to grab it.
I think I was 9 years old when I had my first jump on a freshie, and that was a pretty wild experience. You know, up the front of the boat, I've got the spotlight, and you can imagine at 9 years of age, I was keen as mustard. And I was accustomed to spotlighting the crocs, and I'd put the spotty down, he'd be driving, and he'd go in and jump them. But something changed this night, and he had me up the front, and he's, "Righto, son, you can get him."
Okay, up the front and don't worry about the trees, Stephen.
We were going up the river and we saw this crocodile close to the bank.
There's one, Dad, there's one!
Keep your eye on it, son.
And I trusted Stephen that he knew what size crocodile it was, which was rather silly on my part. I should have known better.
We're getting closer and closer until I can see his eyes right in front. Whoa! Speared straight down, grabbed him by the scruff of the neck. I was overwhelmed, and I didn't realise how large it was.
And then I realised that this croc is nearly the same size as Stephen. He's gradually going underwater with the crocodile. So I grabbed him and the croc and threw them both in the boat.
Then I felt the strength of my dad's arm come underneath both of us and flip us both into the boat, and he just pinned us down. "You all right, lad? You all right?" And sure enough, I was okay, and by crikey, that was the proudest moment of my entire life. I copped a little bit of flack at school, you know, at primary school, because I wasn't into push bikes and then into motorbikes or skateboards.